goodbye to some of our friends in Steinhatchee and go make some new memories down in Key Largo. We have our reservations here at Key Largo Campground and Marina, and I have to say, our site is making me wish that we could have brought our kayaks with us. How easy it would be just to slip our kayaks off of our own personal dock and into the Atlantic. But it does give us a nice backdrop to talk to you about our boondocking experience.
We boondocked for the very first time, which means we had no electricity, no sewer. While we were in Steinhatchee, we were parked in front of a house where we were camping with our friends who were scalloping. Normally we all stay in the house, but there were so many couples that there wasn't room for all of us, so we said, hey, we'll just park our Airstream out in the yard. That's exactly what we did. Because of that, we had to figure out a way to get electricity to the Airstream so that we wouldn't sweat to death, so the dogs wouldn't die in the Airstream.
And feel like running a 50 amp, 500 pound power cord through the house to a dryer cup for 30 amp service. So instead, we just went out and we spent about $2,500.
Wait, can you do that?
You can, but I wouldn't suggest it, because then you had to leave the door cracked about 3 inches, which would leave in snakes, centipedes, anything that crawled, moved, feral cats, raccoons, squirrels.
And they were all there.
And it was all of the above.
Yeah.
And including
it's a real concern.
A feral cat that had its brains beat out and had a big abscess on its eye. And
you really see it all in
yeah, you see it in
Steinhatchee.
Steinhatchee. You pull into town, it's a different time zone. You set your watch to 1959.
Kind of true. But it was a lot of fun, though. Every year we go down there to scallop. Every year it's a riot. And it's all about the people you travel with.
Like me.
Well, I wasn't talking about you.
And the 2 dogs.
I wasn't talking about you. Talk about the setup for the generators.
I had the i2200 and the i2200 companion with the 30 amp plug, and the parallel kit. Put them both together, so I had like 4,400 watts of power, which was fine for both air conditioners. Did a great job. Connected to a 6-gallon marine fuel tank that ran both of them for probably about 12, 13 hours.
We ran that generator non-stop 24/7
for 4 days.
For 4 days, and it never failed us, and it was keeping the Airstream cool on the inside for the dogs.
The moral of the story, if you buy a very low quality, inexpensive generator, I would never recommend that. I know the Hondas were more expensive.
Well, you know, we tend to like to buy stuff and then figure out the hard way that it was the wrong stuff to kind of buy, and then trade up. So what did you buy the first time?
The first 2 generators I bought for $410 a piece for 2 2,000 watt generators. When WEN had to buy the parallel transfer box, which once we got it set up, we started up both generators. They were much louder than the Hondas because my wife kept reminding me that we should have bought the Honda generators. They're quieter.
We were boondocking in Georgetown, South Carolina one time, and everybody had the Honda generators, and they were so quiet
yeah.
compared to what we had. And of course, I don't let Tim
forget that. And I sold them to our garage door guy for I gave him a real deal.
So moral of this story is
buy the Honda generator.
You get what you pay for.
Second successful boondocking trip, and I don't know if we'll ever do it again.
No, we're doing it again next year.
Doing it again next year. Yeah, I stand corrected.
and check out the local tourist trap, known for feeding its live tarpon.
Do it again.
Luckily, someone reminded me to take off my sunglasses, or else my sunglasses would have been up on that wall of shame wall too. 2020 sure has been a different kind of year. We're all trying to do our part by wearing our masks and social distancing the best that we can. But why stop there? Let's get the hats too. So a lot of people have asked about what this antenna is up there. What that antenna is, we found out probably on our very first camping excursion all around Florida, that when you are staying in a metal cage, you really don't get internet signal or cell signal. It's very, very difficult. So what we found, and what some friends of us had suggested, is to get a Weboost system. They sell several different kinds, sizes, some are for RV, some are for home use, and what we settled on was the one that is for the home, and it covers, I think, 5,000 square feet, which is more than enough for our little 200 square foot rolling home. So it goes on the tongue of the Airstream, and we snake it all the way in to the underside of the bed where the, I guess you call that a router. It's not really a router, it's an amplifier, where it amplifies the signal from the antenna, and connected to that amplifier is another antenna that goes on the inside of the Airstream. So that way the signal from the outside is now inside, and now you have amplified any cell signal that you would have gotten outside to use on your phones, your hotspots, however you may use your cell signal. So there you go. That's how you get a signal inside your metal cage. Here we are, day number 2 of the mini lobster season, which lasts for 2 days. Our friends are going back out to go catch more lobster. However, we're not. And here's why. Whenever we booked our site here at this campground that we're in Key Largo, we had to kind of chop up
our sites, because the site that we originally had wasn't available for all the days. So now today we get to pack up the Airstream to move one space over there. And then we have to like move the whole rig, have to vacate the property.
Yeah, we have to leave the property for 1 hour, sit in a Kmart. I didn't know Kmarts were still in existence. They have a Kmart here.
It's kind of sad, there's nothing in it.
No, but it's still an active Kmart. So we got to go sit there for an hour while they come and maintenance checks out the spot. So
They assess the area, make sure it's clean, that the previous people, us, vacated everything correctly, make sure that the lot that we're moving into, that they vacated everything correctly, and then an hour later, we get to come hook up all over
everything,
again.
yeah.
So we have to pack everything back into the truck, back into the Airstream. It's a lot of work for 1 hour.
And a lot of work for one guy and one wife who gets to do all the inside stuff. I get to handle the folding up the bikes, putting the stinky slinky away.
He does all the boy jobs.
Yeah.
We have boy jobs and we have
girl jobs.
Girl jobs, and stinky slinky falls under boy job.
The lesson to be learned is if they tell you have to move spots, find out what the criteria is, because when Jennifer said, yeah, we have to just move another spot, I'm thinking, that's no big deal. And come to find out, you got to be physically off the property and then come back an hour later. So
Yeah.
that really stinks. But
So there goes like our whole day of wanting to go out lobstering on day number 2 of lobster season.
Hey guys, do us a favor. If you like it, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, or better yet, subscribe so you can tune in every time we make a new video. Thanks for watching.